It was a quiet village. Birds sang in the trees, and the wind moved gently through the leaves. In this peaceful place lived a girl named Lily. She was 12 years old, with bright eyes and a curious mind. Every day after school, Lily walked home through the woods. She loved the smell of the trees and the sound of the river. But there was one thing she always noticed: a tall, old wall covered in vines. It stood near an empty field. No one ever talked about it. One day, Lily stopped in front of the wall. She touched the stone with her hand. It felt cold. She pulled away the vines. To her surprise, there was a small wooden door. The door was hidden so well she had never seen it before. "Where does this door go?" Lily whispered. She looked around. No one was there. Slowly, she pushed the door. But it didn't move. It was locked. "Strange," she said. "A door in the middle of nowhere?" Lily wanted to know more. That night, at dinner, she asked her grandmother, "Grandma, have you ever seen a wall with a door near the woods?" Her grandmother froze. She looked down at her tea. "That old wall," she said softly. "Yes, a long time ago. But no one goes there now." "Why not?" Lily asked. Her grandmother shook her head. "It's just an old place. Nothing there." But Lily could see something in her grandmother's eyes. A memory, perhaps. Something she didn't want to share. That night, Lily could not sleep. The door was in her thoughts. Why was it there? What was behind it? Why didn't her grandmother want to talk about it? The next day, Lily went back. She took a small torch and a notebook. She also brought her lucky coin. Her father gave it to her before he went away for work. She always kept it in her pocket. She stood in front of the door again. The vines looked thicker, but she pulled them back. There was something new, a small carving on the wood. It was a flower with 5 petals. Lily drew it in her notebook. Suddenly, she heard a sound. Snap, a twig behind her. She turned around quickly, but no one was there. Her heart beat faster. Maybe it was just an animal, she told herself. Or maybe... She didn't finish the thought. Instead, she placed her hand on the door again. And this time, she felt something move. The door was no longer locked. Lily gasped. She looked behind her once more. The woods were silent. Then, slowly, she pushed the door open. What she saw next would change her life forever. The wooden door creaked as Lily pushed it open. It moved slowly, and the sound echoed like a whisper in the trees. A soft breeze touched her face. She stepped through. On the other side, there was a garden. But it was not just any garden. It looked like something from a dream. The flowers were big and colorful, red, blue, orange, and golden. Some flowers glowed gently, as if they had their own light. Strange trees with silver leaves stood tall. Butterflies flew in circles, shining like jewels in the sun. Lily's mouth opened in surprise. "Wow," she breathed. She took a step forward. The air smelled sweet, like honey and fresh grass. Birds sang songs she had never heard before. The path was made of small white stones. It led into the center of the garden, where there was a round pond. The water was clear like glass, and in the middle a small fountain danced. Lily looked around. Everything was alive. The flowers seemed to turn as she walked past. The trees made soft rustling sounds, almost like they were speaking to one another. She knelt beside a flower with soft blue petals. "Hello," she whispered. To her shock, the flower moved slightly. It turned toward her. Lily jumped back. "Did you just move?" The flower swayed gently. Lily laughed nervously. "Maybe I'm just imagining things." But deep inside, she knew something was different about this place. Then she saw it. On a stone bench nearby, there was a small book. It looked old, with a brown leather cover. She picked it up and opened the first page. There was a name written in neat handwriting. "This garden belongs to those who believe." Lily touched the words gently. Below, someone had drawn a map of the garden. It showed paths, flower names, and a symbol of the 5-petaled flower, the same one on the door. She flipped through more pages. There were notes, poems, and drawings. "This garden is magical," one note read. "It listens. It remembers. It protects." Lily felt something warm inside her. She didn't know why, but she felt welcome here. Then she heard it again. a sound behind her. Crunch. Crunch. She turned. This time she wasn't alone. A boy stood at the edge of the path. He looked about her age. His clothes were old-fashioned and his eyes were kind. He didn't speak, just stared. "Who are you?" Lily asked. The boy gave a small smile. "I'm someone who found the garden, just like you." His voice was calm and soft. "But how long have you been here?" Lily asked. He looked up at the sky. "A long time, but time moves differently here." Lily didn't understand, but she wanted to know more. "Can you show me around?" she asked. The boy nodded. "Follow me." And just like that, Lily began her journey through the secret garden, with a guide who had more secrets than she could imagine. Lily followed the boy along the white stone path. The garden seemed to grow brighter with each step. The trees moved gently, and the flowers leaned toward the sunlight. "What's your name?" Lily asked as they walked. The boy looked at her and smiled. "You can call me Finn." "Have you lived here a long time?" she asked. Finn didn't answer right away. He touched the leaves of a golden bush and said, "I came here many years ago, when I was lost." Lily didn't know what he meant. Lost? Like in the woods? "No," Finn said softly. "I was lost inside. I felt forgotten, but the garden found me." Lily looked around. Everything in the garden felt alive. It was peaceful and kind, like a place that listened. They stopped near a tall tree with purple fruit hanging from its branches. "Try one," Finn said. Lily picked a fruit and took a bite. It tasted like strawberries and honey. Sweet and warm. She smiled. "This place is magical," she said. Finn nodded. "Yes, but not everyone can find it. Only people who believe." "Believe in what?" she asked. "In wonder, in kindness, in things they cannot see." Finn led her to a small hill at the edge of the garden. From there she could see everything: the glowing pond, the dancing butterflies, and flowers that opened when the wind blew. "It's beautiful," Lily whispered. Finn sat on the grass. "The garden changes depending on who you are. It shows you what your heart needs." Lily sat beside him. "And what did it show you?" He paused. "Hope." They were quiet for a while. The sun was warm on their faces. A gentle wind played with Lily's hair. Then Lily asked, "Why don't people in the village know about this place?" Finn looked at her. They forgot how to see. "What do you mean?" They grew up. They stopped believing in wonder. They stopped listening. That's how the garden hides itself, from those who stop dreaming. Lily thought about her grandmother. Maybe she had seen this place once, long ago. Finn stood up. "There's something I want to show you." He led her to a corner of the garden. There stood a large tree with silver bark and glowing roots. In the middle of its trunk was a keyhole, shaped like a flower. Lily stepped closer. "What is this?" "This," said Finn, "is the heart of the garden. But it's locked. Do you have the key?" Finn shook his head. "No, only a true believer can open it." Lily reached into her pocket and pulled out her lucky coin, the one her father gave her. To her surprise, the coin had changed. On its surface was the shape of a 5-petaled flower, the same symbol from the door and the book. Her hand trembled. "Maybe this is the key." Finn's eyes widened. "Then you were meant to find it." Lily held the coin tightly in her hand. It felt warm now, almost alive. The 5-petaled flower symbol shimmered in the sunlight. Finn stepped back and nodded. "Try it," he said. Lily looked at the glowing keyhole in the silver tree. Slowly, she moved forward. She placed the coin into the shape. It fit perfectly. The sound echoed through the garden. The roots of the tree began to glow brighter. The branches moved as if waking from a long sleep. Then, slowly, the trunk of the tree opened like a door. Lily stepped inside. It was quiet inside the tree. Light shone from the walls, soft and golden. On every side there were pictures. They floated gently in the air like dreams. Each picture showed a memory. Lily saw a small girl laughing with her father near a river. She looked closer. "It's me," she whispered. She reached out and touched the picture. It moved gently like a bubble, and she could hear her own laughter echo inside the tree. She turned to Finn. This tree holds my memories? Yes, Finn said. It shows the moments you hold in your heart, the ones you may have forgotten. Lily walked deeper into the space. Another memory appeared. Her mother reading her a story by candlelight. Then another, playing with her dog in the garden, running through the rain. Some memories were happy, others were sad. She saw one where she sat alone, crying in her room after her father left for work in another country. She looked down. I miss him, she said quietly. The tree pulsed with a soft light. Then another image appeared. It showed her father, smiling, standing beside a tree just like this one. He held something in his hand, the same lucky coin. Lily gasped. This garden, my father was here? She asked. Finn nodded. Long ago. He found it, just like you. Tears filled Lily's eyes, but he never told me. Sometimes, Finn said gently, people carry the magic with them but don't know how to share it. Or maybe he wanted you to find it on your own. Lily smiled through her tears. She stepped back and looked around once more. The tree felt like home now, full of love, memories, and hope. Then the soft voice of the garden whispered in her mind, You are not alone, you are never forgotten, you are loved. The door to the tree slowly began to close. Lily stepped outside, holding the coin in her hand again. It now glowed with a gentle light. Finn smiled at her. You unlocked the heart of the garden. Lily looked up. The sky was now painted in soft orange and pink. The sun was setting. I don't want to leave, she said. The garden will always be here, Finn replied, and it will remember you. Lily stood beside Finn as the last light of day faded across the magical sky. The garden was calm now. The flowers had closed their petals, the butterflies had gone to rest, and the trees whispered softly like lullabies. She looked at the coin in her hand. It no longer shone, but she could feel its warmth in her heart. Will I see you again? She asked Finn quietly. Finn smiled a little sadly. Maybe. Maybe not. The garden shows itself when the heart is ready. Lily didn't fully understand, but she nodded. Thank you for everything. Finn took a step back and pointed to the path. It's time to go now. But remember this. What you felt here, what you saw, it's all real. Keep believing. Lily turned and looked toward the small wooden door. It was still open, waiting for her. She walked slowly along the stone path. The garden seemed to wave goodbye. Leaves rustled, flowers bowed, and the soft wind played with her hair. As she reached the door, she turned for one last look. But Finn was no longer there. Only the sound of the trees remained. She stepped through the door, and as soon as she crossed the wall, the door closed gently behind her. The vines slowly covered it once more. Lily stood in the quiet woods. Everything looked the same as before. The sky was dark now. Stars sparkled above the trees. She walked home, her heart full and quiet. When she opened the front door, her grandmother looked up. Where have you been? She asked, worry in her eyes. Lily smiled. Just walking, thinking. Her grandmother paused, then said softly, Did you find the garden? Lily looked at her. You knew? Her grandmother nodded. Yes. A long time ago when I was your age. I thought I had forgotten it. Lily sat beside her and took her hand. I think the garden remembers everyone who once believed, she said. Her grandmother smiled gently, her eyes shining. That night, Lily wrote in her notebook. She drew the map of the garden again and wrote down everything she remembered. The silver tree, the glowing pond, the boy named Finn, and the whispering flowers. At the top of the page, she wrote, This garden belongs to those who believe. She placed the notebook on her bedside table and turned off the light. As she fell asleep, she whispered to the stars, I believe. And somewhere, far beyond the old stone wall, the garden glowed softly in the moonlight, waiting, remembering, welcoming.